Ever feel like you're secretly in a race with a robot and losing? One minute you're proud of that report you just wrote, next minute ChatGPT rewrites it in 4 seconds and somehow sounds smarter than you. It's not just unsettling, it's disorienting, because we're not just using AI anymore, we're working with it, living alongside it, depending on it, sometimes more than we even depend on other humans. But here's the million-dollar question. How the hell are we supposed to do that without becoming obsolete? In this video, I'm going to break down the key lessons from Ethan Mollick's book Co-Intelligence and show you how to actually partner with AI without fear-mongering or hype. The 4 rules of working smart with smart machines. Why the people who thrive won't be the smartest but the most adaptive. And how to spot the very human traps that AI won't save you from. Alright, let's dive in. Part 1. AI isn't replacing you, a human with AI is. Mollick doesn't sugarcoat it. AI is powerful, scary powerful. But the people who should really be sweating, A-grade performers who never upgraded their tools. Meanwhile, a B player who knows how to prompt AI, test ideas and move fast. They just became an A+. AI doesn't replace humans, it replaces bad workflows, slow ideas and tired habits. And most importantly, it rewards curiosity. If you're the kind of person who pokes buttons, plays and learns on the fly, you're gonna win. If you're waiting for someone to teach you a perfect method before diving in, you're already behind. Part 2. The 4 rules of co-intelligence. Ethan lays down 4 core rules for how to thrive with AI. They sound simple, but they're sneaky deep. Rule number 1. Always be experimenting. Think of AI as a mad scientist sidekick. It's fast, weird and sometimes wrong. So your job, run experiments, not errands. Try 3 different prompts, tweak the tone, flip the structure. The people getting ahead aren't the ones who ask AI once. They're the ones who ask it better, over and over again. Rule number 2. Be the human in the loop. You know what AI can't do? Want, feel, judge. It'll pump out content endlessly, but it's your taste that makes it good. Your job isn't to use AI, it's to collaborate with it. You're not outsourcing thinking, you're upgrading your thinking partner. Rule number 3. Start messy. The perfect prompt is a myth. Instead of agonizing over wording, just start. Think of AI like a jazz band. If you hum a tune, it'll jam with you. But you've got to give it something. Messy input plus rapid iteration equals great output. Rule number 4. Use AI for thinking, not just typing. This is the one most people miss. AI isn't just a writing tool, it's a thinking partner. Stuck on strategy? Ask it to argue with you. Debating a decision? Prompt it to make the case against your current plan. AI doesn't just save time, it sharpens ideas. Part 3. The skills that still matter. Hint, they're human. Here's the truth Mollick reminds us of. AI can mimic knowledge. It can pass exams. It can write a legal brief. But it can't do this. Make moral calls. Tell what matters most to you. Decide what's worth doing. You still need judgment, taste, empathy, guts. Because while AI can write a killer email, it has no skin in the game. You do. So don't just get good at prompting. Get good at leading, knowing what to ask, and spotting what matters. Part 4. AI doesn't replace effort, it multiplies it. If you're lazy, AI just lets you produce lazy work faster. If you're strategic, AI's a jet engine strapped to your workflow. Mollick calls this the amplification effect. Whatever kind of thinker you are, AI makes it louder. So if you're thoughtful, creative and focused, you become dangerous in a good way. But if you're all over the place, distracted and reactive, AI won't fix that. It'll just make your mess bigger, faster and harder to unwind. Moral of the story. AI makes good habits matter more, not less. Part 5. We're all novices, and that's an advantage. One of the most refreshing things about co-intelligence is this. There are no AI experts, not really. Because it's all changing, fast. Even Mollick admits, he's figuring it out in real time too. So stop looking for someone to hand you the rulebook. Instead, learn by doing, share what works, stay humble, because in the world of AI, the best learners win. Part 6. The danger of overtrusting the machine. Look, AI sounds smart, it writes smart. But sometimes it's confidently wrong. Mollick reminds us. AI can hallucinate facts, misinterpret nuance, and make up stats that sound legit. So never fully outsource your brain. You still need to check, verify and think. Because the second you stop questioning the machine, You stop being co-intelligent. You become a puppet. Wrap up. This is a mindset shift, not a tech tool. The biggest shift isn't technical, it's psychological. So, are you co-intelligent or just coasting? Drop a comment and let me know. What's the most unexpected way you've used AI lately? Writing a poem, negotiating a raise, helping your kid with homework? Smash the like button if this helped you see AI differently. And hit subscribe if you're on a mission to think better, not just faster. And if today's tech is blowing your mind, wait till you see what it's doing to our kids. Coming up next, The Anxious Generation by Jonathan Haidt. A brutal, brilliant look at how smartphones rewired childhood and what we need to do about it. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. We're not moving into a future with AI, we're already inside it. Right now, this isn't about replacing jobs, it's about upgrading how humans think, create, and collaborate. The winners, not the ones who know everything, the ones who are willing to play, learn, and evolve.